listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Well, you should be in
You just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Final Third. You have myself, Jules, Lavish and Bags.
We're
and
back,
we are
baby.
here with Game Week 4.
3 points.
Oh, you've only joined the 3 points club
Okay.
this week. I'm
Let
happy
her
for you,
host.
look.
Let her
I'm happy-
host.
No,
Let
I'm
her
saying I'm
host.
happy
That's
for
not
you.
how
look.
we're starting. Okay?
Sorry,
That's
this
just,
is-
I'm just saying.
We started with a lot of negativity to do with our
Jules, nice to have you back on camera.
Thanks.
You've got to bring some positivity
And
to the
someone tried to
Emirates.
always take my spot, but it's okay.
You're tough, man.
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what they tell me to do.
Right, we're going to start with United versus Newcastle. United won 4. Okay,
Sorry.
I thought you guys were going to jump into it. 4-1.
You want to break the set?
Just summarise the game for us.
You even created that shit in Real Madrid. So
No,
anyway,
it's
carry on.
cringe.
Created it at Real
It's
Madrid and
like-
brought it home to the theatre.
Go off. She's asking you a question.
Summarise the game.
Anybody that watched that first half will know that we weren't very good in the first half, but you know, Mason Greenwood hits it very hard. We all know, everyone told us he just hits it very hard. Took a shot, keeper fumbled. Right man, right place there to tap it in. The first goal had to be a tap in. We see the new Ronaldo. That's when he left, he was the best player in the world, dribbling, doing all the skills, the flicks, all of the goods. Now he come back, he's a poacher for the goal. I mean, the first goal had to be a tap in.
School of Chicharito. School of Chicharito. We love it.
Little P goal. But yeah, that first half wasn't very impressive. We could still see it's a lot of new players that's finding ways to gel with each other. It was Matic and Pogba not on left wing in the midfield. So it was a bit more progressive in terms of the passing, but again we wasn't really breaking Newcastle down. And they had their own opportunities to counter-attack. When you play basically 8 man behind the ball and just let Almiron and Maximan do their... Literally, everybody else behind the ball and Maximan and Almiron just literally go and vibe up front. Try to combine the
A
two of them.
Newcastle fan must be very,
It
tired,
must be tough. It
must be tough.
Because if them two don't do nothing, literally it wasn't coming from anyone else.
Willock is very, I wouldn't like to use the word brain dead, but like, he has ample
Chill
amount. He has ample.
He should have squared. He should have
He
squared.
should have squared. It was a no-brainer. It was a
squared.
no-brainer, but I don't know how you just have that much rush of blood.
See, that's the thing though. With him, he's been scoring goals, so when he's in that position, maybe...
No, but what you
he's got
saw
the
there was an
confidence.
Arsenal Willock in that rash. Yeah, that's
You got to have the confidence to take shots, but nah, he definitely should have squared it. But yeah, second half we definitely improved. When we started the second half 1-0 up, but we still managed to
I
concede.
don't think that was a 4-1 game. That's what upsets me about the result.
It wasn't a 4-1 game,
Obviously,
but at the same
Ronaldo
time-
coming back to the OT against Newcastle, you knew it was going to be. You knew it was going to end up 4-0 at the start of the game. But if you watch the game, it shouldn't have ended up 4-1 because at times you guys were on the ropes, or you could have. The threat was always there that they could score.
They definitely had threat there. But at the same time, I feel like it was still decent value for the win.
Yeah.
Again, like 4-1. If somebody didn't watch that game, then they probably think, yeah, we probably walked all over them. They got a little consolation goal, but they definitely had their own threat. The goal that they scored, I think Maguire and Varane both got done.
Varane didn't really get done. Varane was in a one-on-one position.
He was in a one-on-one, but he didn't need to dive in. That's what opened up.
But it was 2-on-1 then. It was more or less turning into a 2-on-1. So him diving in, I'm not blaming Varane for that goal.
But that's
Maguire on the halfway line, lunging in, and this is what everyone's done. No one's even spoken about how lazy. That was bad.
Maguire, that was bad defending from him because he took himself out of the game.
But I feel like we're gonna say this so many times throughout this season.
I don't think so.
100% think so. That's why when people saying on the centre back pairing how you guys have, Varane's good.
Varane's good. Maguire's good.
No.
But if we continue to play the team that we played today, on Saturday, which was basically 6 attackers, it was basically all-out attack.
All-out attack.
That defence is going to be under pressure, and they're going to face moments where teams are going to counter-attack.
But when you have to defend, defenders have to defend. At the end of the
that's
day,
what I'm saying.
It's not even about having a DM there.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not even about having a DM there.
It's not about having. That's what I'm saying. It's not about having a DM, but at the same time, if we are going to play this, like that's a very attacking lineup that Ole put up. So it's going to leave gaps at the back where teams are going to counter on us. That's like if we score the goals, then teams countering us ultimately won't matter because in theory we should outscore them. But it is going to be on the defenders to to defend a lot of those counter attacks. We saw Varane and Maguire in that case. They both got beat. Maguire on the halfway line.
It's literally gonna be for you guys because it has more or less. It's gonna always have to be Oli playing an all-out attacking line because only McTominay or Fred can play, and Fred isn't even that defensive. He runs up, he just gets about. So it's gonna be for your defenders. It's gonna be stand-up, one-on-one defending, which obviously Wan-Bissaka's the best at. But the other three, not that they're not the best at it, but it wouldn't be their strengths, and they're gonna be put to the test throughout the season. Because you guys
I don't mind that. That's why you have good defenders. Test them. Test them.
Ronaldo's debut. Let's talk about that.
Sir. That was my last.
Yeah, alright, cool. Ronaldo's debut. He just loves it. You knew what was gonna happen. It was a banker that he was gonna get not two, but he was definitely gonna score. He knew he's gonna have some sort of goal involvement because as soon as he comes out for the warm up, the atmosphere is crazy. He touches the ball, atmosphere is crazy. He does a little shot feint and it hits the ball on the side net, and atmosphere is crazy. And you know where he's scoring from that angle. You're seeing like Burner Boy and everybody at the end. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I did not know Burner Boy watches football. I didn't know certain people watch football this weekend.
I didn't think he watched.
You know those casual fans.
Go to the game.
I think he's a casual fan that could put on any top 4 kit. And that's fine. That's fine. A lot of musicians don't actually dive into football like that. But cool. I've seen everybody there at OT saying it turned into a motive. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. So
what, Avellino, Pinero,
yeah, all of them
got good games. Wow.
So I'm just thinking that obviously Ronaldo's gonna turn up. You know, obviously, and it's nice to honestly. It's good to see him back in the Premier League because now there's no real excuse for United. You know, before he came, everybody was saying, yeah, but you look at United. Compare it to the City squad, compare it to the Chelsea squad, Liverpool, who've now got their full squad back. But let me finish speaking. And then Ronaldo comes now, and it's like everything goes up tenfold in United. And if that's the case, if everything does go up tenfold, that means you're part of the mix. You're not the fourth best out of the top 4. You're part of the mix. It can go any way. So I love the fact that he's there because it puts more.
As long as we acknowledge it can go any way.
It can go. But that's the thing. If you guys, if you guys come 4th and you don't win anything, you come 3rd or you don't win anything, you've regressed.
100.
You've regressed. So, and then, just quickly, just to touch on, because I know we're running out of time, it's been 2 games now, I think that's 2 starts. There's been 2 starts for Sancho. There's 2 starts for Sancho now, and when other people have stars, when other people have big players, Man United fans, because you know they have a big presence on Twitter and the media, they like to draw out your new transfers, but with Sancho, they're saying we should give him time.
I'm here until January.
So do you want? So should we give him time then, Julie?
Apparently.
You thought it was an of course.
No, I'm asking Julie. She's the host. She's the host because I didn't think Pepe got time. Thiago didn't get time. Havertz didn't get time.
Okay, so first of all, we won't run to the fact that Sancho hasn't put in great performances since he's started in the starting. I think he started 2 games now against Wolves.
He's featured in about 4.
Featured in all of them, yeah, but he started the last 2 games. Wolves, he was bad. I just don't think he got into the game. Wasn't really effective. This game, I thought it was better, but at the same time, it wasn't great. You don't think you thought it was bad?
No, he was better than the previous performance. But what is that really saying?
It was better. It was better. Again, slowly coming into it. It's calm. So he's a talented player. I'm not worried about Sancho because it's eventually gonna click. Well, it's cool. You're coming into a new team, as you said. A lot of new players in it. Got a gel. I'm not really worried about Sancho because there's so much quality in the attacking lines that it's not on him. A lot of the times when these big signings come into a team, it's on them to automatically improve the attack or automatically improve the team. But right now, Sancho's surrounded by so many quality players that he doesn't have to come in and be the superstar straight away. He's still 21. Like he's still very young.
It's the first time I've heard Sancho's age.
Yeah, I'm telling you, his age. He's still 21. Still 21. Big move.
It's the first time I've ever heard someone bring up Sancho's age. And this is desperate from you.
You think he's desperate?
Why it's so desperate? He's just played bad. He's just been bad.
That's calm.
So stop saying.
What did I tell you? What did I say?
You started like that, but you're regressing. Stop.
Also, so you just want me to say he played bad. He's never gonna improve.
It's just simple.
You want me to say he's gonna be a flop right now?
I didn't say you should say that.
That's what you want, though. That's what you want, though. That's what you want to hear.
Let me tell you what I want to hear.
What do you want to hear?
he's played bad. He needs to improve.
Of course,
we've got time. We've got time. There should be.
So what did I say?
This is what you said. Okay, this is what you said. This is what you said. This is what you said. Yeah, I'm not gonna run away from the fact that he's played bad, but he's coming into a situation where we've got so many stars. He doesn't need to be the big star automatically, and he's only 21.
What are you talking about? That's exactly the same thing. That's slow progression.
No, it's not.
So what else have I said apart from the fact that he's played bad?
The big stars things. Throw that in the window. Throw that out the window, sorry.
Why?
Because what does that even mean?
I'm saying right now he doesn't need to. Of course he needs to improve.
Play well. Of course he needs to play well.
But he's not gonna it may not happen straight away.
No one asked him to carry the team.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to carry the team.
But he needs to play well.
Of course he needs to play well.
So why is that point? Why did you bring that to the table? That's what I'm saying.
Because we're not just looking at one each game. I'm talking about. We signed him for 5+ years. It's a progression. We're gonna expect.
Okay, so he just needs to get better. I hear what you're saying, but don't say that because there's many stars. He doesn't need to play well every. He needs to play.
I never said he doesn't need to play well every game. I'm saying he doesn't need to come in and be the star straight away.
Okay. And then the age thing, I don't want to hear that.
Oh, you don't want to hear that?
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear his age because everybody else that's young, we never bring up age. When you want to criticize someone, when you want to criticize Trent, you never bring up age.
Okay, fair enough.
You never bring up age.
But we all say Trent needs to get better.
Exactly. That's why I asked of you. But I've never said, oh, here's the thing though. We do know Trent's 19 or he's 20.
So when we was talking about Vinicius and we was talking about the fact that he needs to improve on his final product, did we not talk about the fact that he's young and it can still happen?
But here's the thing about Vinicius. Vinicius' style of play shows his age.
So?
Sancho's doesn't at Dortmund. Dortmund Sancho didn't. You didn't speak about his age. So when you have a young player, how do you know this?
Because he was fantastic. He was performing fantastic. Even at the beginning of last season when he was awful, it was pretty bad to start the season at Dortmund last season. Nobody was really nobody said, oh, this guy's gonna be a flop. Nobody was really worried because he's still young. He's gonna go through these things.
Here's the thing.
Same thing happened with Greenwood last year. Had a great end to the season last season. Had a great end to the season before. He comes into the last season.
And it was bad. And it was bad. Picked up
but nobody everyone was saying, look at your boy. But it's calm. If he's playing badly, it's calm.
All I was just going to say is, all we're asking for is the same energy. The same way you disrespect our players when they go through something like this. Keep the same energy.
Palace versus Spurs. Palace won 3-0.
Ooh! We bringing the vibes to South London. We used to pray for times like this to vibe like this, sir.
Because if we all get Palace season tickets, no one can say anything.
I'm G-checking people at Selhurst. I'm G-checking people at Selhurst.
If we all get Palace season tickets, nobody can say anything.
100%
no one can say a heck. No one can say nothing. Why not?
I'm G-checking people at the gates. I'm G-checking. Because you lot weren't there. You lot weren't bad with us when there was sluts.
Who's you?
What do you mean who's you? I'm talking about you people. When I was in the trenches. When I was in the trenches defending Zaha, defending South London heritage.
Nah,
you know they're laughing.
Zaha
is.
You was defending
Zaha is synonymous with Crystal Palace. So when I'm in the trenches defending Zaha, I'm defending South London.
If Zaha leaves Palace, he's not back. So you could get Zaha top. No,
I could get a Palace. I could 100% get an Eze top. I could get a way top.
Anyway, the game, it was really it was a good Saturday morning kickoff, Saturday afternoon kickoff because
first half was bad though. First half was
shoddy. It was proper end to end and it was just open because firstly, like you say with a Saturday afternoon kickoff, don't put it on the ACCA because it always disappoints. Player like Joe is disappointing because Tottenham were the favourites. But when you're starting in the midfield, fair enough Nuno because you're trying to use Tottenham players even though he's blighted with injury. Starting with Skip, you're starting with Winks, you're starting with Højbjerg, and Bamidele is somewhere in there somewhere.
What a midfield.
Bamidele is somewhere in there. So you're starting with literally Tottenham core plus Højbjerg. The ball's not gonna. The creative outlets maybe going to be Dele Alli, but that's not 2015 Dele Alli. And you've got Lucas Moura trying to bring the ball out like a running back, literally
just giving the ball and
like a running back.
That's the only move that they had that yesterday.
So I'm looking at the game and I'm thinking I don't understand how they're going to pick through this Palace team, but because even though Tottenham are a better side or they're the favourites or whatever, Tottenham's midfield was not better than Palace's midfield. Tottenham's midfield is not better than Palace's midfield because Kouyate comes into the midfield. Kouyate comes into the midfield Gallagher's playing in fantastic form right now, and they're more progressive and they're more dominant. So they was winning the midfield battle anyway. The width in the team as well wasn't really there in terms of Tottenham. So they were narrow and they were losing the ball in the middle of the park. Then it was just becoming end to end. And Emerson Royal was having a good 10 minutes, and that was it. He had the first good 10 minutes on Zaha, and ever since then Zaha picked up the ball and was exposing him. If Patrick Vieira has fixed Palace's problem of not having a focal striker with Edouard now, Streets are in trouble. They could be people's bogey team. They could literally be people's bogey team. It's just, yeah.
I would say with Edouard, I still think we need to see with him, because I've seen strikers come into the Premier League. Obviously, like, scoring on your debut is always a good thing when you're a striker. 2 very good finishes as well, but there's other parts to his game that when he starts starting, I feel like it's gonna become more apparent.
That's true.
He needs to work on that. But yeah, scoring 2 goals in your debut is always going to be a big boost for Edouard, and having a striker that can put the ball in the onion bag has always been Crystal Palace's big problem.
It's the fact that they've lacked it for so long, and there's been so much onus on like it's Zaha or bust. So now if you could share the workload, and then with the youngsters coming in, with the Eze and these or Olise coming in, and that, it's just like you can spread the workload. And for me, the problem we had with Edouard, why a lot of teams don't like to do the Celtic to big team jump. They normally go to a Southampton or a Palace or a lower side. Edouard's problem was his mobility. So what you said is a good point in that it's not that he doesn't get about or his movement's not good. It's just like keeping up. It's the low intensity. So the fact that he came on late in the last 5 minutes of the game, maybe it didn't look that bad because everyone's fatigued. They're already 10 men as well, so it looks better. But he scored identical goals, I kid you not, to what they... Because they showed it on Gillette Soccer, like what he's like in Celtic. He scored the exact same goal for Celtic, and I'm just thinking, you work on them finishes. But he's a finisher. He's a bagsman.
I'm speaking on Tottenham.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question. No Son, no Kane. What happened there?
I'm done. You said no. Well, Son was actually not there, but Kane.
That's what I'm saying.
Kane was
no Son, is there no Kane?
Kane was invisible yesterday, and it's peak because Kane didn't play the last couple of games, and Son was doing it by himself. So
that's not the first time he's shown us he could literally do it on his own. But
I'm not gonna put that agenda out there because Kane's a strike. I ain't gonna do that.
I'm gonna say this though. Do you think we could have this type of season with Kane, or do you think this is a conscious like sulky season? Like, do you think we can have this in that he didn't get his move? He might just stink out the joint the whole season.
It's stupid. You can't. You're too old to stink out the season because the risk to transfer value, risk to transfer ratio for Kane, it just, as he gets older and the injuries are just going up and up, like the risk is higher and higher.
Because he's suffering from Rooney syndrome, innit, in the workload.
He can't afford to have a down season and think,
I can still get the 100 mil move.
Like,
no, they'll move on.
They'll move on. Haaland is there.
For 75.
Haaland is there for 75. They'll happily move on if necessary. But just quickly, you spoke on the Tottenham midfield yesterday. That's probably where their biggest problem stem, because as you said, if Moura didn't pick up the ball and literally carry it from the bottom of the half,
3 or 4 times.
Literally, if he didn't do that, Spurs had no way of getting the ball up forward next to near the goal.
I don't know what Dele is doing. You know, I actually don't understand. But anyway, and
he's admitted that he does. Like he knows. Like I ain't been myself. I ain't played well for last couple.
His mental must be in the bin. His mental state must be in the bin.
Moving on to Arsenal.
Come on. So basically, I thought we were going to get there. I thought we were going to get there.
I ain't jumping the gun like that.
Julie, you
finally won a game. Wow.
How does it feel? Tell me how it feels.
Let's speak.
I'm asking you how it feels. How does it feel?
It feels good.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Good. I mean, we didn't move very high, but
we moved above Norwich. That's what's
important. The good thing about Arsenal, the good thing about Arsenal is what we always like to keep the fans on the toes. You understand?
No, but they're shameless with the win though, because
I just let them have their fun, because it's like they've made us believe now it's week by week. We in our heights we had the golden generation of the Invincibles. Then we had we make the Premier League what the Premier League is as Arsenal. Do you understand? We had like the Invincibles, so we didn't lose a match. Then we created a top 4, so we made it popular for everyone to make a top 4 race. Then we made it a top 6. Now, then in the last 2 years, we made it a top half thing, so a top 8. So now we're really trying to shine light and spread the wealth into the relegation battle. So now we know, like, if it means a lot for me to get 3 points. I'm not
Oh no, did you not see what Pepe posted?
It means a lot for me to get 3 points.
He was like, he posted a picture after the match. He's like, we're staying up. Thank you for all the support, Arsenal.
That's it now.
It was proper bad. Oh man.
That's what that matters though, because
bro,
if your sporting director says something like, I don't want to put a number on where we should finish because it's like too much pressure, then as fans you're a dickhead for thinking like you want to come 4th, you want to come 6th. Just stay in, because that's the direction you're giving us.
That's what your technical director was. Just be there.
Yeah, just be there. Just be there.
Just be in the
Don't buy a drink. Don't buy a drink. Just be in the party.
Question about the lineup. Yene, back 3. Is that meant to be our current?
No, what he went with before though.
Back 4, yeah.
Well, you mean like should
our new lineup, back lineup?
I think that's gonna be the new lineup, because like the strongest lineup in the sense that. Listen, this is what I don't want to do. Say things work because of Norwich, innit? Because Norwich, ideally, they're going straight back down.
I can't lie.
We
Norwich at home.
Battered
Norwich at home.
If we're being so honest, we should have battered.
Wenger days, that's 5.
That's a 5. 5's it.
4 or 5.
Or 5-1.
Even yesterday, we could have got at least 4.
Because you're looking at it.
I saw one stupid miss by me.
You're looking at it and you're thinking, you lot aren't really... Okay, you're creating a couple chances, but you should be picking Norwich apart at home. It's easy. If there's no game to bounce back from, aside, that's the easiest you could pick. It's Norwich you pick.
Norwich at home.
And for me, I used that game to look at Tomiyasu. What he's obviously
he was solid apparently.
He was decent. He was decent. He showed he's quite fast and he's good in the air and he's a bit aggressive. And for me, I'm not getting carried about. He's decent. He's better than what we have already. So that's
I think that it works.
It worked. Yeah, it worked. I'd like to, fair enough, Maitland-Niles. I feel like he had a chip on his shoulder, but in centre mid he didn't. He didn't do bad. He didn't do bad. Obviously, it's just Norwich, but he didn't do bad. I feel like Bukayo needs to rest.
My Maitland-Niles stocks.
Huh?
I said I put Maitland-Niles stocks.
No, you haven't.
I do.
I feel like Bukayo needs to rest though.
He does.
I feel like
I think he's like 20 games.
Suffering from Pedri, innit?
He's got like 1 assist or something.
He's got to just rest him. Like I would literally give him the sabbatical, like a week off. Holiday, like leave the country.
I'm going on international duty as well.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot. He's obviously like when he drops his shoulder and stuff like that, it's still sharp. But just give him some time off. He's actually had no break, no real break. So I feel like just there's other people you can play in that position. Obviously, no, there's not. But there's
I'm thinking who?
No, but what I'm saying is like it's not centre mid. It's not centre back.
Yeah.
It's not a keeper. So it's like a wing. It's a wing position.
But who do you replace him with? That's what like. You can say you can replace, but who do you actually?
You can move Aubameyang to the left, bring Lacazette into the centre. I don't know, but just rest him. I think it's for his own good, because
I think Mikel Arteta's at that stage where Oli was. I think last season where if he didn't play Rashford, he knew he wasn't going to get a positive result. Like he had to play Rashford, he had to play Bruno all the time in order to get anything from the game. And I feel like Mikel Arteta's just gone into that groove.
But Bukayo's not that for us, not right now.
But literally, if it's not him, who is it?
That's the question.
That's the answer. Like even though it hasn't like, if it hasn't been him, who is it really? I
thought you nearly said Reece. I thought you nearly said Reece. I was gonna say no, it's not Reece. As for Odegaard, honestly, I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan? Not sold.
Why?
I just don't like it.
Why?
I just don't like it. Me personally, I just feel like everything, it just gives me some Ceballos vibes in that everything just seems exaggerated and the ball is always under his feet, like it's not quick enough. And I don't think him and Smith Rowe need to be on the same pitch. I feel like Smith Rowe is better. I feel Smith Rowe is better, and I feel like Smith Rowe is better, and I'm just not really a fan, and I just really want him to prove me wrong.
Yeah, rundown of the game. Liverpool leads 3-0.
That might be the worst performance I've seen from a Premier League team in all my years of living. It might be.
Which Premier League team?
Leeds. Oh.
Cap.
No, it might actually be. Leeds were woeful.
Cap.
Leeds were so cap. No, I don't think it's cap. I don't think it's cap.
We saw Sheffield some games.
No, but this was literally as bad. Leeds couldn't string a pass together. The only time they got a decent...
First 10 minutes, they were not bad.
They were alright, but they even created a chance and Rodrigo decided to kick it straight.
I don't understand that, dude.
I don't.
Because that's their big money signing, 30 mil. And for me, not Eric. It's giving me it. What's this kid say? It's giving me. Nah. But on the real, it's not the worst I've seen.
For me, it might be the worst I've seen because Leeds couldn't string a pass together. the way they play, you know that it's gonna go man for man. So literally, it was so open for Liverpool to attack as well. It was, for me, it was just such a bad performance, and I think Bielsa might be a bit worried about that midfield because it was literally only Calvin Phillips in there that was playing.
Calvin Phillips was the only person playing today, and then the substitute that got sent off.
Strick.
Yeah, the substitute got sent off because Loriente was having a mare. Yeah, Loriente, Cooper, and who's the left back? Firpo.
Long day.
So out of the back four, 3 of the back 4 was having a mare. Luke Ayling got life because Mane wasn't really there in that position, and Mane wasn't playing well. 3 of that back 4 has had a bad day at the office. Calvin Phillips in front of them was running. They need to pull up he was up and down and left and right and up and down, and a lot of these English players are gonna suffer from this running till it hurts. This is why they're looking at Ronaldo and they're thinking, how you at 36? And Calvin Phillips, he's got to slow down because you can't keep doing that. You know, he was up and down and up.
He's got
and
the
down
engine
and
for it, but it's actually.
It's because there was a chance. Remember the chance at the end of the game, Tim, when was it Mane and we said it's a penalty when he laid it and then. Calvin Phillips blew up the pitch and he was the one that made that tackle, and I'm thinking, how are you even back here? So what Bielsa needs to, not that he's going to get found out, because I don't like every week that Leeds lose badly to a big team last season. Oh, how can Bielsa keep doing this? He's going to get found out, it's not sustainable. Nah, he's going to play, he's not going to change, yeah? But you're right in that the personnel in the midfield is not good enough outside Calvin Phillips.
They're saying that Lewis Bate from Chelsea, they need to throw him in, man.
Because you're looking at what's their star man on the right wing?
Oh, Rafinha.
Rafinha, sorry. You're looking at Rafinha, and he was defending. He was just defending the whole time. More or less couldn't get up the pitch to when you said Liverpool took hold of the game. But overall, Liverpool was just better. Because if you're doing man to man as a Leeds, man to man, Liverpool are better than you, so you're gonna lose.
Salah had their left hand side looking like they were running in cement, fam. It was actually Firpo, Cooper were having the long...
You know a footballer, you're going to have a long day defending a footballer when he does a skill, it doesn't come off, and he smiles. He still has the ball, but he goes off and he's just smiling. Every time they pan the camera to Salah, if he lost the ball against Firpo, not because he tackled him, maybe he did a skill, it hit his heel and it goes out. He starts smiling because he knows I'm going to get you again. And he got him again, every single time. It was a long day for Leeds, and it's lucky it was only 3. They were lucky it was only 3. As for Harvey Elliott, though...
Yeah, I was going to say, how is his injury going to impact Liverpool going forward?
Peak injury, man. The tackle didn't even look that mad on first view, but... I don't think they've confirmed anything, but it looked like it was an ankle
dislocated ankle. So thank God it's only a dislocated ankle, because out of what we thought it could have been, because on TV it looks mad. Do you get? So it's dislocated ankle. It's not going to be too bad,
but it kind of even puts the highlight on Liverpool deciding not to go into the transfer market even more, because now you're looking at it like. Harvey Elliott, when Harvey Elliott was supposed to be the one, the new signing coming to the squad after his loan at Blackburn, and was supposed to be able to cover a couple of these different positions. Now he's out, it's kind of like, okay, where do we look to get that depth from? Because he was actually making an impact in the first team, starting games.
He wasn't just a youngster.
He wasn't just a youngster, he was playing, making an impact. But now it's kind of like...
So that third piece, because really in the centre mid, the only guaranteed in the 3 is Fabinho. Henderson sometimes.
Thiago played well today.
Yeah, Thiago played well. But we have, the problem is now, Harvey Elliott could have made a name for himself at the start, to be starting games there. But then you have like several players who sometimes they might play, sometimes. So Henderson, being an 8, Henderson should play more often than not, depending on who they're playing. Thiago, if he continues playing like how he played, then that's their midfield 3 sorted. But then you have these players, so you have a Keita, who we need a big season from, or like a season where he can hold his head up high if he wants to play well for a good 15 games, 20 games. Chamberlain, who had a stinker, he came on and had he played 10 minutes, and he had a nightmare as a sub. I thought he was going to get sub-subbed. And they brought Hens, but I thought he was going to be sub-subbed.
I knew he must have been having a long day when. I can't remember what Salah did, but I think he took a shot.
Yeah, and he came off him. Yeah. And then when Mane scored, Chamberlain was upset because he wanted him to square it to him. But anyway...
You're down bad. You're hoping for anything to break for you.
And lastly, I think that... I don't know, is Curtis injured, Tim?
No, it's been...
And then they've got Curtis. So it's quite thin. is very, very thin. So Harvey Elliott's gone. So you have Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Keita, who are not, and the rest of them outside them three. You don't know about their form. Yeah. Keita, Chamberlain, and Curtis Jones. Like, what are we really working with here? Do you get so?
Yeah, so it shines a light even more on the decision not to go into the transfer market because you need that depth. Like obviously, Harvey Elliott would have been a great addition to the squad this season, and he started off well. But at the same time, he is only 18. Eventually, he would have needed to rotate him anyway. So.
Guess that's where maybe Curtis comes in.
FSG,
okay, we'll see.
You got questions to answer to these Liverpool fans. They must be pissed.
Those questions. But yeah, that's all from us.
Let's give our little shout. Who's top of the FPL?
Top of the FPL this week.
There was a lot of you shameless fans, a lot of you shameless United fans, who went to triple captain Ronaldo. Yep. So right now we've got Damien. Called it Damien FC. Very original. Damien Okoye. Yeah, so read his team out.
Alright, so I'll read the big hitters out from his team this weekend. So Alexander-Arnold, I think he got an assist this weekend, 12 points. Ronaldo, 26 points, definitely triple captained him.
No, he didn't. He just captained him.
Just captain, Jesus.
So he's got 13, Ronaldo got 13 points.
Salah, 8 points. Yeah, those are his big hitters this weekend. So it wasn't even the greatest weekend for him, but...
It's because Ronaldo carried the whole thing. Ronaldo carried the whole thing, yeah. So...
Anyway, shout out to Saul for best disaster
debut.
Like
worst ever. I think he was ill. Sometimes you just gotta put it down to like I don't think he was feeling well.
That might have been a bit.
Yeah, he just wasn't feeling well. That's
it's
it.
The Barclays lads better get used to it.
Nah, man. Saul thought he had days on the ball.
For your time.
Do you know how many times he got pressed by McGinn from behind?
And you know, what time when they press you from the behind is a foul. McGinn was getting
it clean every time.
Time.
And the Chelsea lot are bad man. No one was saying man on. No one said man on.
So they give him one shot.
They one pull out. No man on, no nothing.
No, where's my nah.
Hey. Yeah, where's my options? Where's my options? None of that. He got hooked though. I think he got hooked at half time. Yeah,
Jorginho came on.
Don't play. Tuchel don't play that. Tuchel don't play about sentimental. Like if you're good, you're playing. If you're bad, you're off. You get shout out Cho as well. Season 5 of Unlocking Cho.
Hey, get my boy out of there, man. Look how they're talking on him, man.
Season 5 Unlocking Cho.
Talking on him.